Hey! I just finished filming my tips and tricks for moving out video. If you missed it, I will link it above and down below. I talked about how I was also going to make this video next. I wasn't really sure what order to put this in, if I should upload this video first or the last one. I don't think it really matters as long as both of them get up, and if you care enough to watch both of them, that's great. If this isn't for you, so be it. But here I am, and today I am going to talk about how I was able to move out of my parents' place while still in school, be financially secure and stable to the best of my ability, and just, you know, live life as an adult. So I will start by saying, if you are new, I'm 23 years old and I'm in the last semester of undergraduate studies at the University of Minnesota. However, I live at least 30 minutes away. It's not the most ideal situation, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I moved out of my parents' place for good last spring in March. I will say that I did move out a few times while still in college when I went to college in Ohio. Again, if you are unfamiliar with that experience, I will link some videos down below, maybe above in an iCard. I was going to school in Ohio for 2 years, and I did move out and live in the dorms, obviously, when I was attending college there. If you watch my other videos, you know that I moved back home to finish school in Minnesota to be closer to family and loved ones and just kind of be happier. A lot was going on. That's not what this video is about though. And after about 2 years, I believe, of living back at home, I was finally able to move out for good and just start this new chapter in my life, and I'm very, very content, very happy right now. I love where I live. I couldn't have asked for a better deal or a location or a space. It's all radiating happiness and I love it, and I need to share this with you. Like I said in the previous video, I did get a comment asking to address the question, how was I able to do this? And I definitely get that, because before I moved in, I would watch other YouTubers moving into new apartments or moving out, and I would ask the same question because I'd see someone my age going to school or just living life, and I'd be like, girl, how are you doing that? And I will start by saying that my parents are not helping me. Depending on your situation, maybe your parents are helping you, and that's wonderful. Mine just have 4 other kids to take care of, and I am an adult, so they shouldn't need to. Let's back up a little bit. Oh my god, I should probably back up like a lot and tell you guys to give this video a thumbs up if you like really casual sit down story time videos about my experience, and comment down below, subscribe to this channel. We really are like one big family over here with lots of love to go around, and it's never too late to join. All you have to do is hit subscribe. Also, don't forget to click the bell because this notifies you every time I upload a new video, and I upload twice a week. You don't want to miss them. That's that. Now that we've backed up a lot, let's go back a year ago. It's kind of a funny story, but I moved out very quickly. I met someone, and literally that night we were like, let's move in together, and it worked. And within like 2 months, I had signed the lease, bought everything, and moved out. Like, it happened so fast, and I truly believe that it's because it was like meant to be. I had tried moving out for years. I just never found a good deal. I never found a roommate. I never found an apartment that I loved, and everything fell into place so quickly. It was just so meant to be. The universe or God or whatever you believe in was like, this is it. This is your moment. This is where you're meant to be. All of those failed times before had to happen so that you would land here. And I am here. I met my current roommate through work. I had just started working at this restaurant. I still work there. Love my job so much. I didn't really know her, but I knew that she worked there, but we never really talked, you know? And then that night, somebody else was like, I'm gonna go out for a couple drinks. Do you wanna come? I'm gonna invite so-and-so, my future roommate. I just didn't know it yet. And I was a little nervous because I do have a little bit of social anxiety, and it was very much like, whoa, hold on. Like, now I'm nervous to go, but I stepped out of my comfort zone and I told myself, this is a new job. You have to meet some people, step out of your comfort zone, get to know your coworkers. So I did that, and I showed up all by myself. I was so proud. I remember that first night we like hit it off really well, and she mentioned how she needed a roommate, and I was like, girl, hit me up, because I've been trying to move out. I don't know like where to go. I don't have a roommate. I don't know a place. It literally all fell into place. She texted me the next day asking if I was serious, and I was like, heck yes. She sent over some paperwork, and I signed a lease because it fit my budget. And that's the other thing too. I wasn't sure if I was going to tell you my rent, but recently I've watched a lot of YouTubers that I've watched for years, and they have recently started sharing their rent prices as well. I get it, like, it's personal, you don't really want to talk about it, but it really helps get an idea of how much it costs to live in certain areas, or like my everyday spending habits and stuff like that. And we're nosy people, we're on YouTube, I don't mind sharing it. I'm gonna be telling you guys how much my rent is every single month, and I'm gonna be telling you guys an update at the end of this video because things are changing, so keep watching. But keep in mind, at this time in my life, I was just starting this new job at a restaurant, making money from YouTube, going to school full-time, and I was living at home. I was making a decent amount of money, but not enough to pay rent by myself, and I never thought that even with a roommate it would be possible until this girl that I literally just met told me. She said that rent would only be $475 a month, which is an amazing deal, especially in Minneapolis and just like where I live. That's really cheap. I don't think you could find a better deal for that. For a 2-bedroom apartment, everything included. We have free parking, we have laundry on site, great location, really safe area. It was wonderful. I definitely couldn't find a better place. That is essentially how I was able to move into this apartment. It all fell into place. I met my roommate. She already lived in the building, but she didn't live in this specific complex. It was a 2-bedroom. Rent was literally under $500. So even though I was in school full-time, I was making about half of that amount on YouTube. I don't want to directly say taboo, you know, but I was making about half of what I'd have to pay for rent at that time through YouTube videos, and then I was making enough working at the restaurant for this to be possible. So I said heck yes, and I live here and it's great. I will say that my roommate is moving out. It had nothing to do with our living situation. It was just the right time for her to start a new chapter in her life with someone, and I'm very happy for her. I plan to live here by myself. For a 2-bedroom, this place is only $950, and I just think that's like an amazing steal. It is so spacious. In a couple months, once I settle and kind of decorate it the way that I want and purchase some new items, I will definitely be doing a full apartment tour to give you guys a look into my space. But to answer that question from months ago, I am sorry that it took me this long. That is essentially how I was able to move out, my story and experience as to how I made this possible. I know that it can seem really stressful and just stuck if you were still at home. I felt like moving out at 22 was very old. It doesn't matter. Like, I know people older than me that still live at home. It all depends on your situation and your family and your job, you know, and it's never like a bad thing or a good thing to move out at a certain age. It's just, it's your life, it's your situation, it's what's best for you. And for me, I was finally able to make that happen at age 22, and now at 23 I'm gonna be living on my own. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. So she's moving out in December, and I am still in school. I still work at the restaurant. I make more on YouTube than I did. I'm working up, and I am making more at the restaurant than I did as well. I got a raise and I'm moving up in positions. Things are going really well, and I will hopefully be done with school in December. So once that is out of its way, I have a feeling that life is just gonna get better and better. I'm just trying to stay on top of my spending habits and budgeting. I mentioned in the other video, but if you want to see an in-depth video on how I track my spending, how I budget, kind of how I break down my budgeting journal and organize all of that, I think it would be really helpful for someone that maybe just moved into their new place, or someone that is just starting this whole financially independent thing. I think it'd be super cool to show you a look into how I track my spendings and organize everything and figure out how much I am making and all of that, and how to make more money as well. I do have a video. It's kind of old, but I think all the tips are still accurate, called How to Make Money in College. I will link it above and down below. It still has great tips. I use a lot of those tips still. That's it. That's how I was able to move out, and that is how I plan to stay living here on my own. It's a really big step, and congratulations if you were at that point in your life. If you're not, please do not be discouraged. It took me a long time to get to where I am today, and honestly, you just have to work hard. You have to stay strong, and you have to keep doing it, because the universe is not finished with you. I stole that quote from Hello Katie's video. I'm sure that she gave credit to whoever actually said it, but I recently watched that video and it just really hit home. I truly believe it. You know, the universe is not finished with you. You are not done here. So hang on, it will get better, and I can't wait to show you guys what I do with my new space. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon with my next video. Bye!